is one of the more interesting paintings. Was it 1237? Comparable to the early medieval or mid-medieval period in Europe. The painting is called Listening to the Theologian. And these are, it's probably a mosque. The women are in an upper gallery separated from the men. Little staircase up so the theologian can make his presentation. Important looking guys in important looking robes, more important looking guys in important looking robes. Some are actually paying attention to the theologian. Most of them are paying attention to each other to see exactly how cool they are. Same with the women. The women up here, if you get out your jeweler's loop, you can see a really interesting array of henna patterns. Now, it's very convenient that the hands are outlined in red, so you can see that what's represented as henna is in black. You can differentiate between the two. Manuscripts got a lot of damage to it. Every so often, I find a manuscript in the British Library and I think, wow, this is incredible. There's got to be henna here. And somebody got an attack of piety and scrubbed off all the faces and hands, and I really wish they'd just stayed simple so I can see the damn henna. Over here in this woman's hands, you see a little series of dots, and you see henna fingertips, a couple dots on fingers. This is a very similar characteristic to patterns that show up in Arabic manuscripts. You can best see it in the Book of Fixed Stars. You see that circle of dots there? That sort of pattern would be best done with henna that is growing near your place all the time. So you just go get yourself a bucket of leaves, smash it up real good, and use it fresh. You can only get simple patterns that way, but they're quick and vivid. And if you like simple patterns, that's absolutely fine. So she has patterns that are consistent with Arabic patterns, and I think that green robe could be consistent with her coming in from Oman. Woman in a red and white robe. Now look at these patterns. That, to me, appears to very clearly be an attempt, or at least the artist's attempt to say the henna pattern was bits written in Arabic or Farsi. I wouldn't know either one, honestly. I know they look different, but I can't read either of them. Now, what's going around most of the people's heads is cloth called tiraz. It's an honorific cloth. It usually says something very good about the owner, and tiraz are often given out as awards like thus and so is incredibly deserving, thus and so is fabulously victorious, thus and so is beloved, honored, and respected. The men in that painting all wear tiraz. The women in this painting, several of them, have script in Arabic or Farsi on their hands. Now, either the women were literate and were writing stuff, or the tiraz was a very valued possession in their household, and they copied it because they knew it was very valuable. I mean, that would be like copying a Chanel logo onto your hands. You know, cool, I'm a designer. Or, you know, one of the two. The other hand, which she has down there, again, it appears to be script in bands, emulating tiraz. Next woman over has a pattern that is at least comparable to Mashrabia. A woman who once analyzed this whole thing said, oh, look, the women have black lace gloves. How is a black lace glove a series of dots and then some tips of fingers? Come on, lady, get a grip. It's not gloves. This is a kind of woodwork that is very popular across Arabian Peninsula, North Africa, and the Middle East. It's almost like this really cool, fragrant air conditioner because the breezes will come through it so your house doesn't get stuffy. And in a very, very arid zone, if you have a big piece of wood, like a windowsill or a door, it is going to warp. It doesn't matter how carefully cured it is, it will work. If you have a million little carefully jointed pieces, they can take the drying heat and the sudden night cooling without falling apart. Now, I attempted some work like this thinking, okay, what do they have for tools? How could this have been done? Two things. One, which I don't think they did, mix the henna with okra and pull it out like, I don't know. Did you ever play with strings of snuff when you were a little kid and had that cold? And don't admit it if you did, but stringy stuff is kind of fun. If you mix henna and okra or have just a genuinely stringy henna, you can pull out a long string and then drape it down. The easier way is to get something like a long bit of grass or a broom straw, roll it on a plate of henna, and then you kind of roll and pull at the same time. You get a very nice, neat line. Spent a lot of time playing with leaves and twigs and brushes last summer to see if I could duplicate this. Everything that you see in these paintings here could be easily duplicated with a stick, blade, straw, or a brush. They're just not that hard. They're also not that fancy. We're incredibly spoiled having cousins. We really are. So anyway, she's got quite an elegant bit of henna, and she's looking curiously at the lady sitting next to her, seeing if their henna is as cool as hers. Now, when I first saw Lady in Pink, I thought, oh, you just got a dab of henna, you're no good. Then I got out the magnifying glass, then I got out the jeweler's loupe, then I did the high resolution scan at 1200 DPI and compared it to some other things. That little turkey is not work, and it compares very well to this, which is a ceramic piece that was also not work with 3 little dots around it, and we've got a little dot thing happening there and dots there. So, you know, reviewing quickly, we've got dot henna, probably made with fresh material. We've got tiraz type henna that looks like grill work. We've got honorific henna that has written words in it, and we've got knot work. So we're working down the list of ladies, and that's a lot of different kinds of henna. And whoever was doing the drawings of this was fairly observant and tells us a lot. I want hundreds more pictures like this. This is just too cool. Okay, next lady actually has her hands tucked in. But you get down to the end, you see a little more of this Masravia work. But you also see an eye shape here. It's kind of hidden by her shoulder. Little patterns on her finger there. And she's looking very suspiciously at the other woman. I wonder if that could be an evil eye pattern, and it's a metaphor for her casting the evil eye at someone. The little serving girl here, again, just has a tip of a finger, just a thumbnail, done with some henna. Maybe a little bit under there. But she's low status, and she doesn't get as much henna as the other cool ladies.